yes. Well, look, dear one, just as trust is not knowing, nor is theory in the religion of science knowing. It's a theory. And at the end of the day, future generations will dispense with this theory in favour of one that they find more serviceable. It's not that because you're using a theory that's better than any other at the minute, you have found truth. You have certainty. This universe is not like that. There's a measure of uncertainty in everything. My usual response is to say, even me talking to you at the minute may be a dream, not a physical reality at all. You don't know, unless you wake up in a few minutes and think, oh, yes, that was a dream. It's a nightmare. I dreamt Marshall was talking to me and he never stops talking. And now you wake up to the reality. It's true. I never stopped talking. No. It's not true. It's just a working hypothesis. So don't be overly impressed by the great seer or the great scientist, the great mathematician or the great logician. It's not truth. It's not certainty. It's not knowledge in that sense. It's what seems to be the best understanding at the minute. And we could well find in a few minutes' time we were wrong. No, things are usually a bit more serviceable than that. Our theories last us generations sometimes. And so do our religions, what we put our trust in and so on. But everything passes here. You could say, but surely not trusting in God. Oh, well, I will pass from here, so it will pass, won't it? My bit of trusting. I take it with me. I hope enough for eternity. So, quantum theory. Very interesting. If you want to do the hard slog, you can go into all the maths and the mathematical theory that's behind it. And at the end of the day, you'll look at it and think, right, well, that's amazing. But of course, it does depend on the axioms we started with, and it's a theoretical thing, it's maths. It's not science. It becomes science when I start applying the quantum theory to certain, physical experiments and creations and experience. And the theory may seem to hold up in certain circumstances and not in others, and not be possible to test it in other ways at present. And so it goes on. And then perhaps there'll be another theory that takes its place. In other words, something that's more serviceable, even more serviceable, if you like. Are the older theories to be disregarded? Oh no, I think Newtonian physics is quite useful when it comes to construction industry and, mechanics and engineering. Quantum theory may be particularly beneficial when it comes to computing and perhaps communication. And perhaps when it comes to spiritual things, well, spiritual theory. Do I call it theory? No. Understanding. But I use that word cautiously because I don't mean knowing. To know God is only to know a particular aspect of God that's vitally important to your welfare, namely that He's your heavenly Dad. Does that mean I know the allness of God? Well, no, that would be absurd. I'd need to be God to know that, wouldn't I? Or on a comparable range of ability. So, we don't want to get too heady, and that helps to keep us from dogmatism and obsession. Hopefully. I must say though, of all religious people, I do like those that are the most obsessional, because they're so definite and you get a quite different glimpse of how they see their reality, as opposed to how you see yours or I see mine. It's something to do with our being, which is something to do with, or at least detectable by thoughts, and something to do perhaps with values and inclination. And we quickly get into deep water as regards understanding, don't we? So we don't kid ourselves, we know. All we can say is, I found this to be more useful. What do you find to be more useful? And does our knowledge of this, your way of seeing reality and mine, bless us? If it does, well, isn't that just lovely? And don't we feel the better for such communion, friendship, relating to each other and to God? Wow. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.